Okay, so somebody had a question on the forums about the Dr. WheelRotator, and he was saying that a couple of days he can't get the tires to rotate. But I know how things can be when you first learn something. Sometimes things can get confusing, and maybe there's some other things going on with the scene, but it could be something simple too. So I've decided I'd fire up LightWave and have a look. If by chance you were watching the William Vaughan tutorial here on YouTube, there is something I found that's inconsistent with the way it works now in LightWave. So if you were following this, there is a possibility that you could have got tripped up with that. So let's check that out, and then there's one other thing I thought of when I was setting up the scene in LightWave. Okay, so this one here is he gets to this point where the dialog comes up here, and then he says now we're going to pick the parent. So we pick the parent here, pick item, and then pick parent, and then that automatically gives us parent right here. However, in LightWave it's not like that. Not now, not LightWave. Well, I'm on 2015, so I'm not sure at what point it stopped working like that. But here, if we go to the motion options panel, and then we add the relativity, double click, and we have the tire is the item here, and we go to pitch, and we say the wheel rotator. Okay, so now if I pick item and I say pick parent, you see, like he did there in that tutorial, and I say okay, then nothing shows up here. We don't see anything in this, and in my case I'm not concerned about the size. It's just a null for a test, and then I click OK. So I don't have an expression here, and of course if I move the timeline it's not doing anything, and if I close this it's not doing anything, right? So double click on that again, bring this up, and go to pitch and add Dr. WheelRotator. Okay, and then now we're going to do this a little different. We're going to go pick item, but rather than just say pick parent, because that doesn't seem to work right now, we go down here and just pick the car. So we just click OK and OK, and now we have an expression here. I find that when you're learning something new, brand new program, sometimes there's a lot of confusing things, and if you were following the William Vaughan tutorial, it could be that you were just going through those steps and trying to get it to work, and may or may not have noticed that there was an expression here or not. It's just a guess. But there's one other thing too, and that is now that we have the expression here, driving myself mad trying to figure out why the wheel isn't rotating. And the reason for that is, for some reason this has to be closed. Just kind of confirms the expression, I guess. And then the wheel rotates. So that could be that simple. Could be a lot more complicated, but I thought I'd just go over some of the basics and see if I found anything. And I found those two things: inconsistency with the current version compared to the version William Vaughan was using back then, and that little thing about closing the dialog.